Hey, good morning, guys. It's Sunday, time for Model Cars and Coffee. Um, so I had a request my last uh, video of Model Cars and Coffee. I'd made mention about a slot car my dad owned, and a few of you guys wanted to see it, so I said I would show it Sunday. So here we are. The one I was talking about is this one here. Now, this is not the original body. This is, however, a body my dad put on this chassis. He said he always ran a Willis, um, and I'll show you the chassis here in just a second. But he had it got smashed up over the years of just moving around and boxing and unboxing. So he ended up putting this body on there. Um, and this, like I said, this is just something he was still piddling with. He actually had a board set up, and it was maybe 3 foot long. He would test the motors out, such like that, and uh, that was it. He never really went to the slot car tracks or anything like that anymore. I'm not exactly sure if it was the 70s that he ran this, or it was before the 70s, before I was born, or what. But either way, this one, the wheels, you take the 3-prong knockoff off of it, screw those off to get the wheels off, and you can see these wheels are deteriorating. Um, and it's kind of a crude setup compared to what the slot cars are today. But here's the thing about this one. Look at this chassis. This thing is heavy. Um, but yeah, it's definitely old school. But my dad, if you'll notice, this piece here moves up and down. And what that was for is if you wanted to run it on the drag race, it would do a wheelie. It'd stay contact. And if you wanted to run circle track, he said he would always just put a rubber band around it. And sorry about the light. I'm trying to get it in here so you can see. He'd put a rubber band around it so it wouldn't raise up. But most of the time, he said he just ran it as a drag racer. So when it take off, it stay contacted and it'd pull the wheels off the ground. Like I said, its tires are dry rotted. The rims are kind of looking scary. I'm not even sure if this thing still works, but knowing my dad, it does. It still worked. But yeah, this is I don't know. Obviously, it's a factory made frame. Got all your little points for where your screws go in. Look at how this sets up, though. I mean, you got a piece of metal bent, goes up through, screw in the back, goes across the top. You can see it where it comes down each side of the body, contacts in the middle, and comes back down and attaches there. So you got a screw there, and one on the other side, of course. But yeah, that was my dad's. He did a lot of that stuff and models. The stories my brother would tell me about my dad before I was born, actually before he even married my mother. He was a model car builder, and my brother said that no, it's my half brother, so still my brother. He said that they would went to his mom and dad's house where he lived before he got married, and his room was still the same as it was when he moved out. Uh, Nothing had been changed. My brother said from ceiling to floor, or from floor to ceiling, however you want to call it, said it was nothing but shelves of model car kits. And this was, I was born in '71, so this had to be in the '60s because I wasn't even thought of at the time. Um, Late '60s, I don't know, but my dad had tons of those model kits, and my brother said he would have the cars built sitting on top of the box they came in, sitting on a shelf, individuals just stacked up. That's what he messed with. So I guess that's where I get it. You know, that's where it comes from, is the car related. It's in the blood genes. It is what it is. But anyways, this is a little controller that my dad had with it. Now, I'm not saying this is the one he ran with it, but this is one that he would test the cars out with. And another one that he had. Now, I don't know anything about slot car racing, other than they go fast and yeah, they cost money. Now, these are my father-in-law's cars. He left these, or gave these to me before he passed as well. But yeah, this one, I'm not even sure. I know he ran these back in the 70s because my wife, she was also born in the 70s, 71 or 74, sorry, and her dad was into slot car racing. So yeah, this one looks more like a modern one to me. I'm not sure if it is or isn't, but this one here is definitely older than dirt. It's got a little driver. I mean, this thing's just a little flimsy body, but yeah, it's got a little driver that keeps moving around in there. But anyways, yeah, that's some of the slot car. I don't have a lot of this stuff. I kept this one because it was my dad's, and these two were from my father-in-law. So yeah, they'll just stay in the case, you know. But here's another magazine that I did find. Let's see. Yeah, Car Model Racing Handbook. I'm gonna open this thing up and kind of show it around a little bit. So if you guys aren't interested in seeing this part, well, thanks for hanging out as long as you did. Let's get started. I haven't looked in this magazine in a long time. Try to keep this thing up enough to where you guys can see what's going on here. I won't make it a slow page turner, but that's pretty cool. Atlas, HO motoring cars. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen a lot of these in antique stores. They get a little expensive as well, but there's collectors for everything. But yeah, a few little back in the day pictures here. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend a few hours flipping pages. Good thing is you can pause it if there's something you wanted to see, because I know some people, you're spending your time watching this stuff, and I do appreciate it, but time's a valuable thing to have. That's the one thing they're not making any more of, and keep this on the down low, but until the government figures out how to charge us for the time we have left, which they may actually be doing that. At least that's one thing we don't have to pay for. Maybe. I don't know what that is. Off the shelf. Some sort of chart. Here's some different track diagrams and such. But yeah, this is not quite as colorful as your model car magazines. Some of the controllers, they actually wanted you to read in this one. Man, nobody got time for that. Either way, yeah, this is just a book of words. What kind of, who makes books with words in them? What kind of crap is that? But either way, what I was getting at was, I just wanted to show you, because a couple of you guys were asking to see my dad's slot car. And I didn't want to hype it up thinking that, oh man, this is the most radical slot car there is. No, that wasn't the case. It was just my dad's slot car. Now this would be pretty cool. Check that out. There's some of the old paints, I guess you would say. But that's pretty cool. There it is, complete. Now I know you guys have had to have seen this one. This is pretty cool. Check that out. So yeah, this one actually gave you, I guess, your patterns and such, what you needed to build this dragster. Yeah, build a twin engine dragster. 1/32 scale. That's pretty cool. So precise, you know. Back in the day, people built things to last. That car is probably still in existence, you know. That car was built so well. I'm sure it's in somebody's collection, which is pretty cool. Build them to last. We're living in a world that's just a bunch of throwaway stuff now. That's pretty cool. I like that. Kind of reminds me of the, I don't know, speed racer type race cars. I dig those, man. Those are cool. I mean, that's a Jaguar, I'm sure, but just seems like something you would see in the Speed Racer cartoon. Anyways, so yeah, there's a bunch of pages of just words. Like I said, I didn't look at this magazine before. That's pretty cool. Latex mold, fiberglass body. That'd be a cool wall hanger. Okay, so just to get through with this video, because it's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. And you guys need to get off the television. Go see something more creative. But meanwhile, this is what I'm going to be piddling with today. I'm back on, you know, my sedan delivery. I replaced the drip rails, got those straightened out, both sides, of course, and I've painted the interior, and I dropped in a Y block with a Paxton supercharger from the 57 Ford AMT kit. So yeah, and it fits really well in there. I mean, almost like it was made for it. And what's funny about this, and I know you guys probably need to go, but I wanted to show you. So you got your airport, I guess you'd call it, here, runs down to the fender or inner fender. Now it's wasn't designed for this car, of course, but what's cool is right here in this area, this is an air vent. Comes right through here, and it comes down the bottom of the grill. Comes out about right there. It's an airport to get in fresh air for the interior. So you open up the vents, you get the fresh air on both sides. So that's actually pretty cool, because you could actually port that, if this was a real deal, you could port that through the inner fender into a separate channel box that comes through, goes all the way through there for your fresh air ports for the inside. So yeah, you could actually use that as a cold air setup, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, I've taken up enough of your time, way too much. Oh man, I'm gonna have to redo this video. Thanks guys for watching, following along, subscribing, all the good stuff. You guys rock. I appreciate you. Have a great Sunday. Be safe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.